我哋真係要後
啲咯，要輪流影添喎。光復香港！光復香港！光復香港！香港人！香港人！香港人！好仔唔多猜，好仔正仆街，好仔唔多猜，好仔正仆街，好仔唔多猜，好仔唔多猜，好仔正仆街，好仔唔多猜，好仔正仆街。好仔唔多猜，好仔正仆街，好仔唔多猜。當差正仆街，好仔唔多猜，當差正仆街，解散狗隊，解散遊門，解散狗隊，解散遊門，遊門。喂，10月1，721，邊日831，打死人。喂，
喂，各位，下個星期嘅時間，大家繼續好唔好？好。安放香港，時代革命。安放香港，時代革命。反錯，反錯。革命勇士，革命勇士。
革命。
statement writing a concrete, actionable plan to provide a sustainable legal, financial, and academic assistance to the arrested student. To schedule and hold a forum to initiate a sincere willingness to listen to students. However, by the deadline, we didn't receive any of the positive response. Therefore, we have action today again to urge for university to confirm the details of the forum. Secondly, to have a positive response for the other remaining requests. So now, I will submit the same letter to Professor Ian Holiday, while the Professor Zhang is not coming today. And I hope the next time we submit the letter, we can see Professor Zhang as the Vice Chancellor of Hong Kong U. Thank you very much.
Thank you. hold住。
記者嘅朋友係需要 any press from
OK 㗎啦 ，OK， 唔該晒。
So we will welcome our Professor Ian Holiday to have a discussion with our students.
頭先咁多人都冇水嘅，係咯。
咦，富安姐走得冇得講咩啊？
你 iPhone
記者自視，跟住都係呢個自視。
你睇要唔要留邊後邊要唔要留？點樣錄啊？點樣話？即係而家係咁樣點樣先？你睇點樣安排？
大家可以叫啱你嘅朋友。
好嘅，記者朋友可唔可以借俾有幾個同學想佢哋埋去好嘛？嚇，請埋啲同學
喺呢邊啦，喺呢邊啦嚇。
但係你想唔想啲記者喺後邊啊？即係喺同學？
唔使啦，唔使啦。
OK，俾條路好嗎？俾幾個同學入去。OK。有冇？
嗰啲間可以褪後兩步。
OK，你哋嗰度得啦。
係咪多啲位影啊？
唔該。
係咪易影啲啊？可以兩步啊，好嘛？得唔得？夠啊嘛，大家兩步嘛。OK， 好快好啊。乜都睇唔到。
我前面咯，遲啲咯。係啊，我少少咯，係啊。
多謝直播。 人，
反共，
香港人，
反共，
香港人，
反共。
香港人。
我哋準備好㗎啦。
擺呢定係得㗎啦，唔該晒。Thank you，唔該。
我同佢就好嘛。我知道都唔係高。
你啲朋友咪 OK？
OK 啦，OK 啦。
You're gonna join me?
Professor, so I want Professor here careful. We want you to make a response for the reply on behalf of the reply of the Hong Kong Youth in the recent days. Secondly, we hope we have different students, colleagues, and staff to want you to answer some questions. So please to make a statement first. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thanks very much, and thanks for coming in again to deliver the petition that I just received from Blue. In terms of the demand for a forum that has already been registered by the university, and you read in the email from the president today that we are actively working on scheduling a forum. We're planning to do that this month, so within the month of November, there will be a forum. There are obviously a number of factors that we need to take into consideration. The President has many things in his diary already. The venues that we're looking at, particularly Look Q Hall, we would hope that we can meet again in Look Q Hall. There are various events that are booked there on certain days of the week. So we're looking for the right set of dates. We understood also when we met with the leaders of the Students' Union about a week or two ago that there might be a preference for a Wednesday among students. So we're taking that into consideration. But I promise you, we're actively working on scheduling a forum, and we're planning to do that this month.
So do you have any solid planning or the progress on the planning, like any confirmed details of the forum?
We don't have any firm date yet. I mean, we need to reach out to students, we need to reach out to venue managers, and as I said, we need to look in the President's diary. He has many commitments already for the month. But when I say we're actively working on scheduling a forum, that's what I mean. We're actively doing those things right now.
You just mentioned that you're actively reaching out to students, but so what have you done for the past week? Because we've been reaching out for you guys, and then there is no response. And in the email, actually, the Vice Chancellor was stating that he hopes to hold a forum in November. What does that mean even? Like, we don't think that hope to is affirmed.
Okay. I mean, he could just as easily have written I plan to. He genuinely, sincerely wants to schedule a forum for this month. I think it's clear from the email that he released today that is his intention. So, as I say, we can't announce a time and a date until everything has been lined up properly. But we are actively working on that. Take it from me, take it from the SMT that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Can you say some example, like what have you been doing actively to reaching out to students, like other than this one? Because I think for this conversation we've been asking for so long, and this is just happening today.
Understood. The President's in constant contact with students throughout the university. I mean, I receive emails all the time, he receives emails all the time, we respond to those emails. He met with students earlier this week.
He's been systematically working his way through the campus. So he met with faculties in his first year in office. He's now meeting with departments. He's meeting in each of those occasions. He's meeting with staff, and then he's meeting with students. So as you know, he met with students on Tuesday. He was talking with them, I think, for an hour. We've met with the Students' Union, with Aaron, who I know very well. We met in the President's office a week or two ago to talk through many issues. So there are many channels of dialogue that the President keeps open for keeping in touch with the campus and keeping in touch with students. And he'll continue to do that, but as part of that, we are, as I said, actively planning the forum.
So what do you think that makes this still happening? Like over 300 students and alumni petitioning this event.
Over 3,000?
Yeah.
Over 3,000. Well,
what do you think is happening? Is there any...
As I say, our response is that we are scheduling that forum. We are scheduling that forum. If I had a date, if I had a venue, I'd give it to you right now. But there's no point in me making something up. It's only when we've actually sorted out and confirmed the venue, confirmed that everybody can attend, then we will release it as soon as possible. We hope to be able to do that, as soon as possible, but we don't have it yet. Otherwise, we would release it.
Do you have any ideas on the format and the venue at the moment? And I think what we concern is not only the concrete day, it's also the format of the forum. If you just repeating the format like the forum in July, I think it is not satisfactory.
I mean, let me just tell you what, I'm interested to know what is unsatisfactory about that.
I think most of the students would like to have a forum that is hosted by our students, but not held by the representatives from the university. So, and also the time should be enough to students to express their opinions.
Okay. I mean, last time we did collaborate with students, it was a joint effort in putting on the July forum. We'll certainly take account of student views this time around as well. I don't know what the final format's going to look like.
Apart from the forum you mentioned, our school stands in terms of the other four demands.
So the other three demands, right?
The other three demands.
Yeah. The President's already made clear his condemnation of violence of all kinds. But that will be a topic for discussion at the forum. I mean, that's understood, but that's one of the reasons why you would like to meet with him. On the issue of police entering campus, we have a very, very clear protocol that we have made publicly available. So everybody consult the protocol that we have in terms of police entry onto our campus. There's no mystery about that. And in terms of support for students, I'm heading the student support team, and that's really a coordination team, so trying to make sure that all of the different units that work with students and work to support students in any case. I mean, these units have been in existence for years. Trying to make sure that they really work in a seamless way in this particular moment in time in Hong Kong youth history. So I work very closely with CEDARS and with Eugenie, the Dean of Student Affairs. I work very closely with Associate Deans for Teaching and Learning, with the Deans. I work very closely with the wardens, and all of those are attempts to ensure that we can support students as actively as possible. Yeah. I mean, in many of the faculties there have been a series of events for meeting with students. I come originally from the social science faculty, and I think you probably know that there was a hiking with the dean event about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and there's going to be another one 2 or 3 weeks from now, which is an opportunity for students to hike up the peak with the dean and discuss anything that's on their minds. There have also been other forums within social sciences. I know about these in more detail because I get all of the emails from the faculty inviting me to attend. I think even in July the dean held a forum with colleagues, which was an attempt to get a kind of first understanding of how students were feeling about everything that's going on in Hong Kong and at Hong Kong U. Within the halls, I always say this to the halls, that there's never been enough kind of traffic between the halls and the rest of the campus. And I go to as many high table dinners as I get invited to, and when I'm there, I take a chance to meet with the students and speak with them. So I was in Kennedy Town on Lung Street last Saturday at a high table dinner, and I've got more of those lined up. And other colleagues are doing that too. So in a variety of ways, students, I think, are coming into contact with leaders of the university. I wouldn't diminish the role of CEDAS in all of this. I mean, you started off by saying, well, it's only CEDAS. CEDAS is great. I mean, CEDAS does an excellent job, for years has done an excellent job in supporting students. And it's natural that we should turn to our established units and offices in this time for additional support. And so it's right and proper that CEDAS should be leading that through the counselling service, through all the other services that they have. You know, it wouldn't make sense for us to just create something special in July or August. We want to draw on the experience that we have in the university, and that's what we've been trying to do. Yeah.
Regarding the security issue, you said that you have protocol like handling police entrances to campus for extreme problems. But just regarding the incident where the police entered Dr. Calvin's school, actually I was a witness there, and I see many students, I mean, a few students got stopped in search, and there's no education staff or security guards arrived there before the police. So even the warden himself arrived at the scene after the police officers have left the issue. So how is that protocol being carried out? Because I don't see any, how is that effective? You know, so do you have any proposal to enhance the protocol and protect our students?
I think the protocol is pretty good as it stands, actually. I mean, that doesn't mean that in every single occasion it's possible for us to get security personnel. We have a very extensive campus. I mean, our campus extends all the way to Sassoon Road, and the halls all along Popular Land Road, Kennedy Town. We're a very dispersed campus, so something that happens away from the main campus late at night, it's not necessarily possible for us to get our security staff there as quickly as you or we might want. But we did look into that case in great detail. I mean, we amassed as much intelligence as we possibly could about that case, and we wrote it down, and we issued a response to the questions that were put to us about that case. We did our best to understand what happened and what we could do better, and I'm actually satisfied with the response that we gave. I do think it's a confidentially and privately, and we respect that. But again, Eugenia and her team in Cedars, the Dean of Student Affairs and her team in Cedars are very active in supporting our students in everything that they do.
Back to the forum, you say you are scheduling that. How long we need to wait until we know when we will have the forum?
I don't know. I mean, we're not dragging out. We are
actually confident to hold the forum in November.
I'm confident that we'll be able to schedule a forum in November. We haven't actually discussed that yet. I mean, I think it'll be as open as possible.
Thank you.
On Wednesday night, police enter the private place without holding forum. So one day they might enter campus and maybe attack or catch our students. And they are threats. So can you promise to protect the exchange student?
I can promise you we've got a very robust protocol for that. Again, I'm not a line manager for the relevant part of Hong Kong Youth, but we have a very, very clear protocol, and you can consult it, and you'll see that it's very clear about what needs to happen in that situation.
So what will the university do if police follow the protocol?
We've already talked through some of those issues in an incident that took place earlier this summer. As you know, we write immediately to the relevant police authorities.
That doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, we do everything we can within our protocol, and so far our protocol has proven to be robust.
Actually, Professor, do you think that this kind of open dialogue with students is effective in exchanging our ideas? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So if, let's say, when Professor Zhang came out, Professor Zhang came back to Hong Kong, maybe a week after, then if all of us are back here, will he be coming out if you say this effective?
He's going to attend the forum.
So how about this talk dialogue? But I think it's effective, so why don't it came out?
I mean, I think the President would rather have something that everybody knows is about to happen. So there are many interested parties. You know, there are many other students beyond the group that's gathered here. There are many staff who would be interested in attending that kind of forum. So for an event like that, I think it's better that we schedule it, and everybody can understand when and where it's happening.
Is it possible to have even because if it's just one-off, like if it is like the forum that happened in July, which is still balancing for the alumni and also through first come first served, the seats are really reserved. So would you actually hold more dialogues with the students because there's going to be a limited number of seats?
As I said, the President is in constant dialogue with students, with colleagues across the campus, as well as with all of the international partners that Hong Kong Youth has. I mean, we receive kind of constant petition from individuals, from groups. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case in this session. So I don't think it's that the university has done anything wrong. I just think that there are a lot of things that students and staff want to talk with the university about that are produced by this moment. I think that's what's the driver.
Why is it so hard for the school, for Professor Zhang to conduct police brutality? Because
police brutality, condemning police brutality is not even a political stance. I understand that the school, the university students have a particular political stance. But why is it so hard for the school or Professor Zhang himself to condemn police brutality? He said that he condemns all sorts of violence, but why? I didn't see any space for discussion whether the police have been abusing their power to brutalize the arrested protesters. As you can see on live stream television or any kind of media, you can see how the police is treating protesters and the press especially. And so, why is it so hard for a scientist, Professor Zhang, to condemn a fact, an objective fact that we can all see on television? Is there any pressure from the council or from other league itself?
I can't speak for the president, but I mean that's a question that can be put in the forum.
But so you mean this is a question that could be put in the forum? So you mean there is space for discussion whether the police brutalize the protesters, whether the police is exercising, is abusing their power?
The forum is a platform for discussions. It'll be up to all of the questioners who arrive at the forum, who put in for the ballot. It'll be up to them to decide what questions are going to be put and what answers need to be given.
But it is very obvious that the police is violating any international rules against, especially the press or the arrested people, because there are treaties or there are some yes that the police should follow, or at least they should not brutalize the arrested protesters, especially those who already have been locked up with those Kurds, or they already can't leave the scene. Why are the police still brutalizing them? Why there are still blood on the floor, especially those being arrested back in the alley?
As I said, I can't speak for Mr. Zhang on that, but you can ask him before.
Will Professor Zhang leave halfway in the forum? Will he run away if he doesn't like our questions?
Just like last time.
You want me to predict the future?
Can you prevent that then?
I can't predict the future.
Can you prevent that from happening?
Do I look like a security guard?
You can talk to them like...
Okay, so thank you, Professor. I understand that you are not in the security group. You are not the one responsible for the security. But very obviously, the incident that the police came into the campus, it became a big worry of all the students. And anything can happen nowadays when the police came into the campus. If there are no security or no anyone from the school is witnessing or knowing the incident, maybe the students can be beaten up by the police, or even they can disappear from the campus. So, can you promise you will discuss or you will respond or reflect the opinions from the students to the security team or the management team and give us response in the forum?